day with the dawn ringing in my ears. Oh, well, I tune into my TV show. No better way, I gotta get myself into gear. Let's go. Oh, and I feel good today with my wake up in the morning espresso. I feel good today. It's my feel good breakfast show.
Yes, it is your feel-good breakfast show. My girl Kutli's got her pose on, hand in the pocket, looking slicker than your average on a Friday. This is your feel-good breakfast show. Thanks for joining us. This is out of a brand new day. My name is Katlego Maboe.
Kamalam Gukusha Adams. I am so excited to be starting off this morning and this weekend with you guys. Now today, we pay attention and bring awareness to Pride Month,
Yeah,
right?
exactly. That's what the month of June has been all around. It was chosen for LGBT Pride Month to commemorate the riots held by members of the LGBT community against a police raid that took place at Stonewall Inn in New York City on June the 28th, 1969.
And this morning, we are truly excited to be talking to the fabulous Somizi on creating awareness and generating funds for queer causes. Regional Director of Enterprise joins us ahead of the first ever virtual Global Pride event happening this weekend.
Yeah, historic times indeed. And also, if you have a look at our social media pages, you'll know that, of course, on Monday, we have Gospel Mondays with Jared Ricketts, and we've given you 3 options to choose from. You have until 8:30 to vote for your favorite, and then he'll rehearse it over the weekend alongside Roderick, his pianist. And then come Monday, you will be spiritually uplifted by his wonderful performance. So head on over to our Facebook page and to our Twitter page as well, and vote for your favorite songs for Gospel Monday. But it's going to be a fantastic Friday. I feel like there's an energy in the air.
Yes, we're
right?
feeling good.
Yeah?
Is the rest of the team feeling good?
I hope so. How are you guys doing?
Good morning, you magical people. Listen, there is a magic in the air because Liverpool won last night. How are you feeling?
Oh, so ecstatic. It's been 30 years, Jamie. 30 years since I waited for this moment. And I really do appreciate the fact that you're coming in wearing the red, so thank you so much for that, guys. All you Liverpool fans out there, guys, this is for us. Yes, you'll never walk alone. Now, of course, we're chatting to you beautiful people out there and wanting you to shine and be your unique selves. And we're encouraging you all to do that. And of course, ask you, who is your LGBTQ role model? You know, Jamie?
I love that. I love the fact that we're taking, this day to celebrate Pride Day. It is Pride Month, but also just the fact that, people from part of the community, they are authentically themselves, so they are there out there being brave, just being who they are. So I would love to hear who everybody's role models are. Every single one of you are our role models. So let us know once again on Expresso Morning Show SABC3. But again, cheers for Liverpool winning last night. Right now, we're going to get into those news headlines.
Thank you so much. Before we touch on that leading sporting headline, of course, let's get into our national news first. Deputy President David Mabuza yesterday told the National Assembly he was confident that Eskom was moving in the right direction and that the power utility must be supported to be able to implement its comprehensive turnaround program. He said the appointment of Andre de Ruyter as CEO had also helped give Eskom some strategic direction. He said that the task team dealing with Eskom's financial troubles was making progress in getting to grips with the 28 billion rand debt owed to it by municipalities. Then Wits University has appointed nuclear physicist Professor Zeblon Vilakazi as its new Vice-Chancellor and Principal. Vilakazi will be the 15th Vice-Chancellor of the university and will take over from Professor Adam Habib. Vilakazi, a world-class researcher and globally recognized for his scientific work, is the current Vice Principal and Deputy Chancellor for Research and Postgraduate Affairs at Wits. Under his leadership, the university's output has more than doubled. Vilakazi is described as a truly talented individual and an inspiring example for all Africans. Then on the international front, NASA is to name its headquarters in Washington, D.C. after its first black female engineer, Mary Jackson. NASA Administrator Jim Bridenstine said Jackson had helped to break down barriers for African Americans and women in engineering and technology. The story of Mary Jackson was told in the 2016 film Hidden Figures. Born in Hampton, Virginia, she died in 2005. Last year, NASA renamed a street outside its headquarters as Hidden Figures Way. The move comes at a time of introspection across the entire U.S. about historical injustices suffered by African Americans. Then bringing it back to the continent, Malawi's opposition alliance has claimed victory for its candidate, Lazarus Chakwera, in yesterday's rerun of the 2019 presidential election. It was, of course, annulled by courts across the country because of fraud. Malawi's state and private media yesterday gave Chakwera a comfortable 55% lead, which nearly 3/4 of the votes counted against President Peter Mutharika's 40%. So a win for Chakwera would be a dramatic reversal of last year's discredited poll that handed the presidency back to the incumbent, who's been in power since 2014. And now the latest on the surgery for Joburg's Zoo's 210-kilogram gorilla. So Joburg Zoo's Makoko, the 34-year-old Western Lowland male gorilla, was reported on some days ago, and we featured him on the show. It has successfully undergone the extensive nasal surgery. Makoko, the zoo's only gorilla, was only the second gorilla in history to have endoscopic nasal and sinus surgery in order to remove inflammatory polyps that had completely blocked his nasal passages. Pretoria University's Onderstepoort Veterinary Science Facility said in a statement that a team of its veterinary specialists, together with the zoo's veterinary team, had joined forces with other medical specialists to accomplish the mammoth task of not only transporting the 210 Makoko, but also performing the surgery. The team made use of the latest medical technology to navigate their way through the nasal passages and sinuses of that 210-kilogram patient and expertly removed several large inflammatory polyps. So following the 3-hour surgery, Makoko was returned to his enclosure night room, and he is still recovering well. Makoko will be celebrating his 35th birthday on the 9th of July, and he'll be able to do so with a much better sense of smell and taste, but I'm sure he won't be getting any cake. And now news of a historic sporting event. You've heard about this, I'm sure, already. Liverpool are Premier League champions for the first time in 30 years. That after Chelsea last night beat Manchester City 2-1 at Stamford Bridge. Jurgen Klopp's side needed only one victory to bag the league. City's failure to win means they now cannot be caught on the log. It's Liverpool's 19th top-flight title and their first since 1990. The fans had to wait so many years to taste victory that they couldn't be blamed for gathering at Anfield, despite being urged, of course, to stay at home by the city's Metro Mayor because of COVID-19. The city is now obliged to give Liverpool a guard of honour when the two sides meet at the Etihad Stadium next week. And now, turning our gaze to the world of entertainment, North America's largest film festival, the Toronto International Film Festival, is scheduled to go ahead in September despite the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic, where it would usually screen 300 to 400 features and short films from dozens of countries over 11 days. Only 50 new feature films will be in the lineup for the 45th edition, taking place from the 10th to the 19th of September. So over the first 5 days, the festival's full slate will be screened with social distancing measures in place at local movie theatres and drive-ins. This will be contingent on public health guidelines, of course. I guess such as Nicole Kidman, Martin Scorsese and Priyanka Chopra are expected to appear on virtual red carpets and take part in interactive online talks. The festival has been hit hard by the pandemic, with 31 staff members cut earlier this week as the revenues were forecast to plunge. In exciting news then, one of the film debuts that was revealed included Bruised, which is the feature film directorial debut for actress Halle Berry. Now, addressing these announcements in a statement, festival co-head Cameron Bailey said, and we quote, "We're expected to present thoughtful, high-impact programming this September that reflects our belief that there is no stopping great storytelling." They're certainly not letting anything stand in their way. And that's where we leave our news for now. Another congratulations to all the Liverpudlians out there.
It's a beautiful Friday morning. Let's start off the day and our weekends on the right note by knowing exactly what's happening with the weather before we step out to fulfill our daily duties. But first, here's what our viewers woke up to this morning. Ingrid Erika sent us this stunning image of a golden sunrise hidden by morning clouds from Plettenberg Bay. Plet will experience a low of 13, reaching a high of 17. Upriti Tema sent us the stunning sunrise from Kokosi. Priti, thank you so much for sending in that beautiful sunrise picture, and for you, Ingrid, for sending in that stunning sunrise picture. I hope that you have a great start to your Friday morning and your weekend. Now, people in the Western Cape can this weekend again snuggle up as gale force winds and heavy rains are forecast. However, in northern India, where severe thunderstorms have caused widespread damage to trees and property, tragedy has struck. More than 100 people have been killed by dozens of lightning strikes across 2 states in recent days. Such strikes are common in India during heavy monsoon rains. In 2018, the southern Indian state of Andhra Pradesh recorded 36,749 lightning strikes in just 13 hours. One of the reasons cited for the high number of deaths is the large number of people working outdoors in India compared to other parts of the world. Now, this, of course, makes them more vulnerable. The authorities have warned residents to be more vigilant and stay indoors as meteorologists forecast more bad weather. But bring it back home by looking at the rest of the country. At a low of 4 degrees, reaching a high of 20. Mbombela, your temperatures start from 11 namhlanje, reaching a high of 27. It's a partly cloudy day in Pretoria with a minimum temperature of 6, reaching a maximum of 20. Jozi Maboneng, 419 are your temperatures for the day. Mahikeng starts off the day at 1 degrees today, reaching a high of 20. Klerksdorp 219. Kimberley, the Big Hole 0 starts off the day, reaching a high of 21. Bloemfontein goes below 0 at -1, reaching a high of 19. It's a sunny day in Richards Bay with a maximum temperature of 25, but starts off at 13. Pietermaritzburg 625 are your temperatures, and Durban 12 is your minimum, reaching a high of 25. Mthatha, it's a partly cloudy day, 624. East London 1325. Cradock, it's a partly cloudy day with temperatures ranging from 1, reaching a maximum of 22. Port Elizabeth 1520 with 55% chance of rain, and George, it's also a rainy day with a maximum of 17 and a minimum of 8 degrees with 86% chance of rain namhlanje. Cape Town, the mother city, 1215 with 64% chance of rain, and Worcester 56% chance of rain at a maximum of 14 and a minimum of 8 degrees. Sutherland is also a rainy day for you at 67% chance with a maximum of 19 and a minimum of 3, and last but not least, Uppington starts off the day at 4 degrees, reaching a high of 18. Now remember, whichever part of the country you're in, come rain or sunshine, make sure to have yourselves a feel-good kind of day.
Well, the Feel Good continues right here in studio. We are still in the midst of Pride Month, and in a moment we're going to learn about a spectacular international virtual event that will help us celebrate from the safety of our homes. It goes without saying that being in the LGBTQ+ community is certainly not easy. Most who live out and proud have been victimized for being their authentic selves, and those are the ones who are lucky enough not to have been born in a place where, you face persecution or even death for the simple human fact of loving one another.
Tragic indeed. Now, that is why our words of wisdom come from Jason Collins, who is an American basketballer who is notable for being the first openly gay player in the NBA. And now his words encourage empathy, listening, and understanding. And here they are. He says, openness may not completely disarm prejudice, but it's a good place to start. And I think it's so relevant that openness is what's going to allow the understanding and an education which is going to eventually eradicate the prejudice against all of us, I think. So definitely a good sentiment to take with you and run with it. We'll see you after the break with some more magic.
Matthew, good morning, Matthew. Can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you.
Fantastic. Good morning. I'm Graham, and we've got Tobiso on the other side.
Good to meet you.
Hi, Tabitha. Hi, Graham.
Oh, I can't hear you. Can you hear it? You've got comms, yeah?
I owe you an apology. I couldn't find any of my clothes this morning when I came into the studio, and I was cursing you. I was like, oh my word.
Hi.
Can't believe he's taken it off you. And then, of course, they'd moved it to the...
Oh, they move it to another thing of the room. Oh, no.
Oh, please tell him to smile. Please go stand.
Matthew, if you don't mind, we're just going to take a bizarre photo of us standing on either side of the TV with your face in the middle. If you can give us a smile.
All right, smile, guys. Smart Tabsy, my role model. Look at me, Tabsy. Thanks, guys.
Cool. So how are you, Tabs?
I'm good, I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm fantastic.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to it, your feel-good breakfast show. It is Expresso. We're live on SABC3. Thank you so much on this beautiful Friday morning for joining us. G-Man, you look so suave.
You look very dapper
Suave.
this morning as well.
Thank you.
No, you stop. No, stop. Very important month that we continue to commemorate. Throughout the month of June, major cities across the globe would ordinarily see thousands of those in the LGBT community and, of course, their allies hit the streets washed with a rainbow of colours to celebrate Pride, advocate for equality and celebrate the advancements that we have made in the LGBT area of rights.
And it's always such a spectacular thing to experience. However, with hundreds of Pride events worldwide being cancelled due to the COVID-19 pandemic, all the international Pride networks have come together to launch the 24-hour virtual Global Pride event, which I think is a fantastic initiative.
Brilliant.
And joining us via video call to share more is the director of the Cape Town Pride, and he's also the regional director for Interpride. It's Matthew van As. Matthew, good morning. Thank you so much for making the time to chat to us.
Good morning and happy Pride Month.
Happy Pride Month, Matthew.
Yeah, very, very happy Pride
man.
Month to you as well. We've got to adapt in these crazy times. Obviously, the world looks very different now. Ordinarily, people would have been busting Pride events throughout June, and we would have been sharing all of that on social media. How have you seen people around the world commemorating Pride Month during the global pandemic? How has it changed?
So a lot has really changed over the last couple of months when it comes to Pride, and a lot of people are now working in virtual spaces, and I think it's given a greater visibility to Pride actually, and it's changed our way of thinking. And people have been doing the most amazing shows, speeches, conferences, talks, webinars. It's actually been an amazing experience because now we've actually been able to gain access, especially here from Africa, to European and American sort of content. And it's been absolutely stunning.
Matthew, I think that the virtual approach has certainly brought so many people together, and I think it's broadened the reach of the Pride networks overall as far as how many people are able to get the messages. But what we're seeing now is we're seeing Pride networks all over the world coming together to create the Global Pride event, which really I think is amazing. What does it mean for the greater LGBTQIAP+ community to be able to unite in such a massive way?
Well, I think it's really got to do with a lot of pride. It's all about pride. It's being able to come together for visibility and pride. As you mentioned right at the beginning, that especially within Africa, in most countries, it's illegal to be part of the LGBTI+ community. So we've now got this global space where we can have all this visibility and coming togetherness, if that's a word, to bolster the community. And I think, and that's really what we need right now.
We want to be a part of that coming togetherness. If it is a word or not. No, we love the fact that we are seeing opportunities, a silver lining through what has been a very dark time, we know globally, but these strategic networks, this connectivity that we are seeing, there is a silver lining. And of course, one such silver lining is a slew of very talented artists who are going to be taking center stage. Why specifically were these artists chosen to perform? And can you give us a sneak peek on any highlights, anything we can look forward to?
Yes, okay, I'll give you a sneak peek. So I think, first of all, why these artists have got involved is that they're either allies or they're part of the community. As you've got on screen now, that beautiful, beautiful Todrick Hall's involved. And he's going to be hosting Global Pride for us on his channel. So from a local point of view, we've got Manila Von Tees, which is the most amazing.
Manila.
Latif Gabriel, and he's coming on with his new track called Bones. Genevieve Lecoq from up country in Gauteng. Then we're going to hit our international stage. There's beautiful Manila. And we've got Ava Max, Big Frida, Deborah Cox, Kesha, Leanne Rhymes, Melanie C, Natasha Bedingfield, Adam Lambert, Alex Newell from Glee. There is a huge lineup of artists coming on board to create the most stunning show for the world. And you said it's 24 hours. It's actually sitting closer to 26 hours now.
Man.
Pride.
What an event. What an event. Okay, so, I mean, you've got my full attention. I can see Graham's as well. We're ready to buy the data. How can we connect to this to the stream and get involved and be a part of all of this action taking place?
So there's multiple ways that you can get involved. First of all, you can check us out on our website, which is www.globalpride2020.org, and we'll be streaming from there. We'll also be streaming from iHeartRadio on YouTube, Todrick Hall's channel as well you can get, and Reverie as well. You can catch us on there. So, and also we'll be on our Facebook page. Go and join our Facebook page. You'll see all the most amazing content coming on there as well. So there's lots of spaces that you can find us. And it's going, the team has been working really, really hard. I mean, this is an international team and working tirelessly to get this together. So just when my team hears it from the rest of the world, thank you so much. And it's been a great experience working with everyone.
Well, thank you so much for all those efforts to you and your team. And I suppose, lastly, all we can say is just enjoy it.
Yeah.
Just dance, sing, and enjoy it and feel very proud.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Matthew Van As. Of course, he's the regional director of Pride here. And, of course, looking forward to the 24-hour Pride event, which is looking like a 26-hour extravaganza. But, of course, the grand and inclusive spectacle that will be the Global Pride can be viewed online. You can go on globalpride2020.org. And you can go on YouTube as well.
Yep,
Saturday, the 27th of June.
And that's also, find all the platforms, all the information on how you can lend a helping hand to the issues affecting the LGBT community, and use your own platform to do that as well. Happy Pride Month.
Indeed. Now, before we get cooking in the kitchen, a moment for us to quickly just reflect on the impact of the coronavirus and the COVID-19 pandemic, especially on those that are less fortunate, that don't have food on the table, people that are literally walking around hungry every single day. Now, Woolies has gone out there and made a plan to assist as much as they can, and you can get involved as well with their Fill a Bag campaign. And through this, each bag will be filled with a balance of protein and fresh fruit and vegetables and other staples, as well as hygiene products to help curb the spread of COVID-19. Now, for as little as 10 Rand, you can provide a person with 3 meals for a day. So just scan the QR code that is on your screen right now using your SnapScan app or your banking app to donate today. And any donation will help and will make a big difference. Go out there and be the difference and challenge all of your friends who can, all of your family members who can. See how much of a difference you can make. Now, the big question of the day in the kitchen is, do you struggle with cooking the perfect steak? I know I do. Do you know how long it should cook for to be perfectly rare or medium rare? Graham, do you know?
Thank you, Matt.
You are the master, you say. So he says. Okay, well, let's see how far you are mastering your craft of cooking the perfect steak. Chef Clem is here in the kitchen to give us all of the tips and tricks to grilling the perfect steak every single time, and especially what a perfect time right now to even talk about that is just in time for the weekend.
I know, absolutely. And I like weekend challenges and like mastering a skill over the weekend.
Yeah.
And if steak is one of the skills that you need to master, this weekend is the weekend to do it.
All right, so Graham has just left the building, and I was just about to quiz him very quickly about how long it's supposed to cook for it to be rare and medium rare, but he says he's the master.
He is actually, because I mean, he's on this like really a protein-rich diet right now. So man is eating steak with a side of steak. So he knows his meat right now.
Okay, wait, quick quiz, Graham. How long for a rare steak? How long for a medium rare?
I don't time it anymore. I've gotten to the point where I just touch it. I do the knuckle. I go like this, and I can tell it via its bounce exactly where it needs to be, dude. I've transcended.
Does anybody believe that?
I don't honestly, it.
Does anybody believe that?
I've transcended space and time. If you're still needing to time, then you don't have the intuitive feel, but
Wow. Okay.
Wow.
All right. No sharp.
Okay, I'll accept that. Because let's talk about the first steak we're gonna make. It's a peppered fillet steak, right?
Yes.
And I like the fact that Graham didn't give you a direct answer because there's no direct answer. There's no direct answer.
There is no direct answer.
The thing is, right, all steaks cook differently. A fillet cooks differently to a ribeye cooks. Rabbi? We don't cook our rabbis. I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. A fillet cooks differently to a ribeye, cooks differently to a sirloin. So it's all about feel. You use all your senses. No rabbis were harmed in the making of this segment. Okay, cool. So let's talk about the fillet, right?
Yes.
Fillet is the most tender cut of beef.
I'm surprised you say fillet and not filet.
It's okay. It's the mood. I'm in a fillet mood today. Yeah.
Really?
The filet mignon. No, it's okay. Depends. I'm in a Friday chilled mood. Okay, so let's talk about why it's so tender, right? It's such a long. Okay, I'm sorry to the camera guy. I didn't give you a warning, but can you zoom in a little bit on that little red line on the?
I love that they actually show you on the packaging where that part of the where that meat comes from.
For sure.
On the animal.
I like that too.
Cool.
If you kind of look at that, that's a part of the cow that doesn't do a lot of working, right?
Yeah.
It sits on the back.
And it's
sits on the
hanging
back
around
just
there.
chilling.
Yeah. Okay.
So because it's not an overly worked muscle, it's very tender. We spoke
Okay.
about this, like your muscles that you have, if you work them, they get harder.
You know what I mean? That's what it's about.
Yeah.
Boom.
Okay, I see
You
that.
don't want to be cooking that.
No,
You don't wanna be cooking- You can't chew through that.
You
know what I mean?
cannot. No. Okay. So the fillet's beautiful, super tender. We turn the heat out. You don't need such a screaming hot heat for that.
That is some heat that you've got going on there. Is that the point? You want to get your pan very hot?
That's too hot.
That's too
hot. I'll tell you why. So I'm gonna let it cool down, take it off the heat for a bit. Okay, so fillet doesn't need a very long cooking time. There's not a lot of muscle, not a lot of fat going through that muscle. You can see it's a very lean cut of meat.
Yes.
Fat protects meat from overcooking, keeping it nice and juicy and soft and tender.
Yes.
But if you don't have that extra fat, you got to be careful. Low and slow is not the vibe here. It's fast and hot.
So can the equation then be made that the higher the content of fat, the longer the cooking time?
Not necessarily, because you don't want to push the meat to the point where it's almost dried out. You don't want to rent out all that fat.
Sure.
The fat is flavor in the meat. You want to keep a bit of that. But when it's a meat like fillet that's a bit lean, you got to be more careful not to dry it out.
Okay. It dries out very quickly.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's a peppered fillet. So the reason I don't want that pan screaming hot is because there's oil in pepper.
Oh,
If
okay.
it's too hot, it's going to burn. And when it burns, it goes bitter. You don't really want that. So
Okay.
you've got to be very careful with your heat. So pepper going in there and salt, okay? Be generous with your salt. It's a thick piece of meat. And it's a peppered fillet, so make sure there's pepper in there.
Huh?
Yeah.
That's a lot of pepper.
People
okay.
under-season the steaks. The difference between a restaurant steak and the steak you make at home is the fact that you're not seasoning it as much as they do in a restaurant.
Okay, all
So
right.
season. Okay, cool.
So we learn.
One for you, one for me.
Okay, good.
Cool. And just get it in there. Make sure you really get that crust on there. It's called a pepper crusted fillet, so you want it to be crusted. It's not just seasoned. You want it to be on there. And I'm using flaked salt, okay, instead of the fine salt.
Yes, why?
If you use a fine salt, I do that when I season steaks ahead of time. I use a fine salt, so the fine salt could really penetrate through the meat.
Oh, yes.
Okay. Right now with the flake salt, I can actually get quite a bit on it, but because it doesn't have as much surface area as a normal fine salt, I can actually be more liberal with it.
Okay. Yeah. Otherwise, you might just oversalt your steak and then just.
You might assault your steak. Yeah, that's a mistake. Don't do that. Okay, so
What? Coming through with the punchline.
All right,
yes,
all
sir. You got some ghee there.
talk about the ghee. So we always say if you're going to cook with butter, add a bit of oil to your pan as well because your butter will burn. However, ghee has a high cooking temperature. So normally when your butter burns, ghee's not going to do that. So you can cook a steak in ghee, just ghee, and you get that ultra-rich, decadent, buttery flavor in your steak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And for those of us that only know ghee as the garb you wear before you do your karate katas, what is ghee?
Okay, so basically what they've done is they've taken butter, slowly cooked it, separated the milk solids from all that fat, and then scooped it off. The part that they scoop off is the part that burns in the pan. When you take that out, you've got this beautiful butter that can literally, you could deep fry in it if you wanted to.
Wow.
But I mean, that's a bit much. Don't do that, don't do that. So,
You could.
we would.
Now, Here we go.
Okay, so let's talk about this. Nice and hot. I like resting my salt and pepper on my steaks for about like 10 minutes, right?
Yeah.
Cool. Also, another thing is you want to make sure that your steaks are taken out. Let me put it down and we can talk about it. Make sure you take your steak out the fridge half an hour before you cook it.
Yeah.
You want the steak to come to temperature before it goes into the pan. I have a demonstration as to how this works.
How?
Are you willing to do it for me?
I'm ready.
Okay, cool. So imagine young Katlejo's running outside, right? And it's cold right now, because it is cold right now.
Yeah.
And Katlejo says, Katlejo, come inside, you must bath now. You come inside, right? Your mom's running a hot bath, right?
Yes, yes.
Little naked Katlejo sits there, he's about to get into the bath, and he puts his cold bottom into the hot water. Can you please stand up? Can you turn around? Can cameraman please get a little zoom on Katlejo's bottom right now?
What's this for?
What happens when Katlejo's cold bottom hits that hot water? Ah!
Ouch!
Ah!
Ouch!
Ah!
Ouchies!
Exactly!
Oh, okay. Oh, so
exactly.
That's what you mean. Okay.
Yes. So, what you need to do, if Katlejo comes inside
And
he
warms up first.
He warms up first,
Then it's
and,
just-
and then he relaxes into the
makes
water.
sense. Yeah, otherwise your steak goes...
Huh? Okay, all right, I like that. That was so cool. Look at Graham and Taviso. They're still on the fact that Katlejo, how did you do that?
Where's your butt? You have no...
Sure. Achoo!
Oh,
Achoo!
Keeper.
Achoo! Why are we doing this? For your entertainment.
It's for your
All right.
education.
For your education,
So,
more than
we've
entertainment,
rested our steaks, and it's had about a minute on that side. It's got a beautiful crust that you can
A
see
minute
that,
each,
right?
all round.
Yeah, but a fillet, be careful, a fillet doesn't just have two sides. It doesn't just have top and bottom. It's also got a round. So what
Okay.
you're gonna do is you need to rotate that steak in the pan,
Yeah.
get that extra color on there. Don't be, if you need butter, add more butter.
Get the ghee in
get the ghee. And then, if you're feeling fancy, are you feeling fancy?
Oh, you're about to do this right now. Check out the ExpressoShow.com website for the recipe.
I put the heat
no,
on.
he
I put the heat on.
He
I put
was
the heat
trying
on.
to flambe it. He's about, flambe.
It's a little bit. It's a little
Steak
bit.
bay.
No, it's okay. We'll do it in the next one because Nicole's looking at me like he just threw butter all over my counter. Oh, okay.
All right, listen.
Okay.
Gotta go.
So what's
Gotta
going to
go.
happen is, right, your steak's going to cook, you take it out. It's important that your steak rests. It must rest before you end up cutting into it. All those juices and all the proteins have contracted inside your steak. If you don't rest it, it's going to slice out. Is the producer screaming at me?
They are screaming at me, buddy.
Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, beautiful steak. We've rested it now. Slice it up.
That looks great.
This is for the nature boy. This is all his. Steak for breakfast. That's the way.
Oh, man. Goodness. Wow.
Woo!
Lovely stuff. All right, we'll return with more deliciousness later on. Check out the recipe on ExpressoShow.com.
Thank you. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Happy birthday, a very happy birthday to you.
Shimmy, 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 shimmy. Welcome back, you beautiful people, right here to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It's that time of the day where we wish you, our loyal and love viewers, a very happy birthday. And guess what? You shared with the beautiful Amanda DuPont, who is always on point, and she turns 32 years old today.
Always on point, exactly. She's a Swazi-born South African actress, television host, and model. She is also well known for her role as Unompumelelo Lelo Mthiane on the soapie called Uskim Sam, and was also the co-host of Real Goboza. Amanda recently lost her grandmother, unfortunately, and our prayers are with you, Amanda, and your family during this difficult time. But we hope that you have a beautiful, happy birthday. Yes, now the next one comes from Ulonwabo Kolisi to Lillian Boyson. Let's check it out.
Hello everyone, my name is Lonwabo Kolisi. I go by the name of Mafu. I am an upcoming musician. I would like to take this moment and wish Leland Boyson a happy birthday. I hope you enjoy your day. God bless, remain humble. I wish you all the best in the future. I know you're a videographer. I just hope that every dream that you have in mind comes true.
Mafu, I really thought you were going to sing there because you had that voice to win kind of. Okay, listen, the wishes continues. The next one reads, to Sarah, we wish Sarah Grace Naidu a very happy second birthday. We pray God bless you today and always. We love you dearly. And this comes from your older sister Tatum, parents and grandparents. They love you loads. And then a happy 13th birthday to the joy of my life, my baby Rohan Dulal. You are a teenager now, so please make the right choices and prosper. And this comes from your dad, Raj Grands, and the Dulal family.
Louise is celebrating her birthday. Happy 25th birthday to my daughter Louise. May God spare you many more. Love you always, from your mom Debbie and brother Clinton. Happy birthday, Louise. A third birthday to my princess Zayan Lomberg. It has been an amazing experience watching you grow into this beautiful girl that you are becoming. Looking forward to many more years to come. Love from your daddy, Nan and Pa. Such a cutie.
Oh, sweet man. And then I wish Trelo a happy first birthday. You have brought lots of joy and happiness to our family. I wish you a blessed day and blessings abundantly. Love you, from Chantal Samuel. And then the next one reads, happy 21st birthday to Nathaniel. May God bless you for many more years to come. Love from your mommy, daddy, and all your siblings.
Happy 12th birthday to my son Musa. May you see many more years to come. Mommy loves and adores you each and every day. From Nolwazi Zet Ngobo. Happy birthday to you. Now, if you would like to send your loved one a birthday message, do so by sending us your birthday videos to 071-640-6551 or email your wishes to birthdays@cardova.tv. Now we celebrate your birthday. Let's find out how Game celebrates their 50 years.
This is your Feel Good Breakfast Show, Expresso, on SABC3. Now, as Game Stores celebrates 50 years on as one of South Africa's most iconic brands, it is worth considering how a brand achieves such longevity, especially in the context of a country and world facing rapid and unprecedented change at the moment.
And that's why this morning, Vice President of Game Stores, Andrew Steyn, joins us via video call to chat about what the key is to their success and how you can enter not one, but two of their epic in-store and online competitions. How exciting.
Not to be missed.
Not to be missed.
Andrew, great to have you. How are you?
Good, thanks. How are you guys doing?
Ah, fantastic. Thank you very much, Andrew.
Let's just try and wrap our minds around half a century of legacy. That is absolutely incredible. Congratulations to Game Stores. I mean, you've got to tell us what the secret has been over the years of this longevity, this brand love that South Africans have grown for Game.
Yeah, thank you for having me on your show. This really is a monumental year for Game. As one of the legends in the retail landscape. Game was founded in 1970 by Alan Holman and Jack Schaffer on Smith Street in Durban. Mm-hmm. And they believed shopping was being taken too seriously and it's become tedious and boring for our shoppers. They really wanted to create an identity and a retail environment that was synonymous with fun. Essentially, they wanted to turn retail into a kind of game. And I think that's also the secret behind Game's longevity for so many years. It's that brand that is fun, exciting, made shopping into an experience. And of course, you all know about Game's unbeatable deals and Game's price beat promise. So, while retail trends and The habits of our shoppers have evolved significantly over the last 50 years. Game remains synonymous with these unbeatable deals and a really diverse and quality product offering, a real one-stop shop. And we've seen how our customers have valued that, particularly over this COVID-19 period, where they could come to Game and get everything they needed in one shop in a safe and hygienic shopping environment.
Well, Andrew, we know that growing up, everyone has a Game store's memory. I think I can think of many of those
Even
memories.
my adult life, actually.
Even in our adult life, just running through all those aisles of goodies. But reflecting on a remarkable 50-year brand journey, what are some of the most stand-out and iconic moments that Game stores has seen over the years?
I mean, that's really very true. I find that all South Africans that I talk to from all walks of life have some Game memory. I certainly do. Whether it's buying a microwave for your first apartment or buying your first 55-inch LED TV that you've been saving up for, Game is really a brand that's embedded in the memory fabric of South Africa. We've also been really fortunate to trade through some of South Africa's most historic moments as a country, through the birth of our democracy, to hosting the Rugby World Cup, and then the 2010 World Cup. You know, we were there for our shoppers through the change into the new millennium and the whole Y2K frenzy, for those of you that remember that. But one thing has remained consistent, and that is Game's vast product offering, its great customer service, and getting what you need at that unbeatable price.
And of course, the surprises don't end, because to celebrate, you'll be running not just one, but two competitions, one in-store and the other online. So tell us a bit more about the in-store daily voucher giveaway, as well as the epic Thrifty 50 Trolley Dash competition.
Yeah, so it's very exciting. A birthday is always better with presents, and we want to say thank you to our loyal customers for their support over 50 years. So we're going to be giving away some presents. So for our shoppers that come into one of our 122 stores nationwide and they spend 250 Rand or more, fill in the details on the till slip and drop it into the box in the front of the store. We'll be having daily draws where you stand a chance to win your share of R1 million in Game vouchers. So that's a really significant competition, $1 million. As you said, we're also running a competition where you can win a Thrifty 50 Trolley Dash in July. All you need to do is Game Facebook page, look for the Thrifty 50 personality quiz, take the quiz, share your results on your social media page, and then your entry will go into a lucky draw and you could win a trolley dash in one of our stores.
Andrew, it's your birthday, but we're getting the presents here, it seems. But we've seen Game go through so many exciting changes over the years. How has your online presence evolved over the years, and how can we see this integrated into your current campaigns and the competitions that you speak of?
Game launched its e-commerce platform in 2017. And during this COVID-19 pandemic, this platform has grown by over 300%. Online and social platforms are already helpful to us as a business because we get to hear directly from our customers in real time. And it's also fundamentally changed the customer experience and the way that we market, and the way that we design, and the way that our customers receive our messages. So, you know, just now we saw, given COVID-19, that customers were looking for on-demand delivery, and within just 10 days we went onto Uber Eats, and we've already done thousands of orders on that platform. So we're constantly very aware of how the market's changing and how our customers are needing us to show up.
Loads of excitement with these birthday celebrations. Andrew, thanks so much for joining us. We really appreciate it, and congratulations on a wonderful 50 years and to the 50 years to come.
Thank you. Thanks for celebrating with us.
Oh man, there is no doubt that Game is certainly synonymous with excitement, and it seems that the excitement keeps rolling out. Now, to enter the Thrifty 50 Trolley Dash competition, go onto Game's Facebook page to complete the Thrifty 50 personality quiz. And once you've completed the quiz, all you have to do is share it on your Facebook, your Instagram, or your Twitter page with the hashtags #BDayGotGame and #Thrifty50. T's and C's can be found on expressoshow.com. And of course, this competition runs until the 10th of July 2020.
And of course, remember, if you're in a game store from the 24th of June to the 14th of July and spend 250 Rand or more, you can fill in your details on your till slip and then drop it in the competition box in store to stand a chance to win a share of, you heard it, 1 million Rand in game vouchers daily.
Get it, get it. Game stores opening hours are Monday to Friday from 9 till 6 and Saturdays from 9 to 5. Of course, on Sundays and public holidays from 9 till 4.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Well, the feel-good continues. Earlier this year, Mzansi marveled over one of the biggest, fabulous weddings in recent years. The union between Somizi and Mohale was a huge win for the LGBTQI+ community in a world where 73 countries still criminalize them for being who they are. We might be stuck indoors, but the spirit of pride is definitely not called off for this Pride Month. The fabulous Somizi, Somgaga, joins us via video call to tell us a bit more. Morning, fabulosity.
Okay, it's clearly breakfast time over that side at Metro FM, and so it's clearly Somizi can also do whatever he wants to do on an interview. I can do whatever. How are you doing, Somji?
I'm good, and you, Papa?
So good. Here we are, Pride Month. You know, which we know is more than just about the parades and the parties which we've seen virtually all over the world. We've seen people's social media icons change to display the rainbow colors. But why is it so important to the LGBTQI plus community?
I think what's important is the message that should always come across. Pride Month is not about us saying we want acceptance or us just having a party for the sake of having a party. It's us celebrating who we are. It's us reminding people that we are not a hobby, or what we are doing or who we are is not a hobby. It's not an act. It's not a facade. It is who we are, just as much as any other oppressed or marginalized community or group would do once or twice, whatever, in a year. Like if Black people feel like they still need to send a message across to say, stop treating us like we don't mean anything. Stop thinking that we are not good enough, smart enough. So should we, as the LGBTI plus community, to say being gay is not about wearing feathers and all that. Being gay is who we are. Being lesbian, being trans, being intersex, being whatever. As much as straight people they have the privileges of not having to explain themselves to anyone. So shouldn't we shouldn't we should get to a point where we don't have to explain or educate people about who we are.
I love that. I totally agree with you. But we, of course, are all about your union, #Somale. Take us through that, man. I want to hear the romance. I want to hear the drama. Take us through where you guys first met.
We met at my book launch. When I released my book in June 2017, Mohale was in the queue with a book. He bought a book, and then I saw him, and I gave him a signature, but I wrote, "Thanks for your support from your future husband."
Hey, talk about shooting your shot.
Yes, yes, and then we never spoke 2 months after that until he posted the book on Instagram and tagged me. Then I followed him, then the DM, then.
Oh, man. And here you are. You've had 2 weddings that we've been able to see on TV, and I think it's been such an inspiring story to watch unfold just before our eyes. But you had a final wedding ceremony that was scheduled to take place, not here in South Africa, but in Italy. We've had the coronavirus, obviously the pandemic that's just disrupted this. Do you have any plans up your sleeve for Mohale's birthday next month, maybe to make up for the fact that, you know, the wedding didn't take place in Italy because of the coronavirus?
Absolutely. Our wedding was supposed to happen on Mohale's birthday on the 9th of July in Florida, where Kim and Kanye got married.
Wow. Wow. Okay, pause. Let's all go silent for a bit.
Just
Can we have a moment of silence? Okay, and then how are we going to make up for that now?
So I'm a hopeless romantic. I'm a over-the-top movie kind of romantic guy. I've got a plan. It's a surprise for him. It's just going to be the 2 of us, but it's going to blow his mind. It's a beautiful surprise. I've got a team that's working on it. It's going to be at home, but just the 2 of us.
And equally, we know that we've seen Mohale be sneaky with the surprises as well. I'm sure he's also got something up his sleeves that he's not divulging at this stage. Can't wait to watch it all unfold. Love to see it.
I mean, we also know that lockdown measures can be very challenging and even dangerous for the LGBTQI community who are sheltering in homes with unaccepting family members. How do we assist these individuals during this time?
I think we in positions of privilege, positions of power, we in the LGBTI community, we need to be there for them. I can't just be doing this interview and it ends there. From dropping off this phone, I need to start making calls and see what can be done to make sure that they are in safe spaces, they're treated like human beings, they are treated with dignity. And if it means us finding shelters for them, if it means us providing food and whatever, and so be it. We cannot just sit here and it ends with an interview, and I'm in a position where I can mobilize and get people together, people in power to help. We just need to take action.
So, Somizi, how can we go about generating awareness and funds, maybe where they need it for queer causes which benefit the LGBTQI+ community for the month of June, but of course long beyond June?
If for any information regarding anything that is to do with the foundation and us helping people, or anyone wanting to contribute and for us to support other people, they can go to our page on Instagram, Somhale_Foundation. And then DM us, Mohale will respond to that. Or they can DM me on my personal page at Somizi or Mohale at Mohale_77.
The union between Somizi and Mohale is a beautiful one. And while we have come a long way, 12 countries, they still impose the death penalty as punishment for private, consensual same-sex sexual activity. And of course, this needs to change. We celebrate and we support the LGBTQI+ community this Pride Month and beyond. Thank you so much, Somizi.
Clover cheese is for those who love life, where everything falls into place and melts away our cares. Clover, for the love of cheese.
Made with love by Clover.
For the love of cheese, indeed. Let's cook with some cheese right now. Gozlem is a Turkish flatbread. Now, the term goz refers to compartments, and in this case, we have filled that little compartment with an oozy Clover cheese center. Great recipe to treat the fam to, I think, even as a snack, or better yet, as the ultimate braai broodjie. You can have it next to that beautiful steak. Do it over the grill, some hot coals. It's going to be amazing. Nicole, this is cool. It's simple and it's oozing. It's ticking a lot of boxes.
Oozing
Oozing.
cheese is like the ultimate.
It's special. Okay, so what are we going? You've got the heavy roller out there. You've been working that dough.
Heavy roller, but for our dough, we've got some flour, and then you got your yeast, which I'm going to just add everything into here. A little bit of salt. Whenever making bread, salt is essential. And there's a pinch of sugar in here just to help activate the yeast. The yeast loves to eat sugar.
It's going to feed on that sugar. It's going to chow
feeds
down.
on it, exactly. So I'm just going to add some milk, and you're going to mix this all up. I don't like to add everything at once because you land up with like too dry or too wet dough. So it's always
so
good
this way
to
you
just
can feel your way through.
yeah, it's good to almost cut your dough like that, and that way you know like what kind of consistency you're gonna land up with. So I'm not gonna get my hands dirty here because I'm gonna get my hands dirty here.
Just wait for your turn, yeah.
Yeah, well, wait your turn. So just gonna add a little bit more milk, and then you'll see you want like a beautiful soft consistency that you can at least roll out. So once this is all combined, you'll see it comes together beautifully. This makes about 3 or 4 of them. So you can double it up if you've got a big family, or have it just like this if you're just like 2 or 3 people.
Just for you to snack on. Maybe just one person, it's fine.
One person? Oh,
Wink,
three
wink.
just for me. Cool. So I've rolled out my dough nice and thin. So I made little roaster cook inspired ones, but this one is also the more traditional one where it's a longer shape.
Okay.
So I'll show you both of them. So to make your filling, you're going to use, I've used tassas today.
Nice.
Just about 100 grams, which is like half a block over there. You're going to add that into your mixing bowl. A little bit of parsley. You could add coriander as well.
But who would want to do that?
I know you wouldn't. I would, totally.
I've been trying to train myself. I bought a whole lot of kind of curry spices, and one of the things obviously was dried coriander. And I'm like, every day I just go and desensitize. I just have a little bit of dried coriander. Come on, you can do this, man. I feel like I'm losing out because coriander is used in so much.
It is really in a lot of things, especially like a lot of Turkish things as well, you know. So it is a very prominent thing. We need to train you more up. So just going to add some of the plain feta. They've got the herbed one as well if you want to add that extra herby thing. And you know what I love about feta? It's always such a trick. It's just like you just rinse your hands in there.
Oh, in the
like the brine, yeah. Exactly,
not,
it's perfect.
I like feta because it's nice and salty as well, so it'll cut through that tassas quite nicely, I think.
Exactly. So you mentioned the salty, and you see I didn't add salt in here either because you don't have to. So you just mix this all up, and then you're going to take your filling and you're going to put it in the center of your rolled out flat bread like that.
Okay.
And then you're going to fold it up like a little parcel.
Like a little present to yourself.
A present to yourself, exactly, or to your loved one, whoever you're living with during lockdown. Cool, so we're going to fold it over, and then you kind of want to like pinch it closed, because this is a very dense and soft dough because you've got the milk in there as well, so it is an enriched dough. So I'm going to fold it like that.
Treat it with care.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, this is going to be my little treat additive over the weekend, I think. So I'm going to sit and go and get the recipes on our website, expressoshow.com, if you want to create these beautiful little
enclosed parcels,
there
just
we
like
go.
the Turkish set. So made little flat ones like that. You can see that's more like roaster cooks style, which I just made little square ones instead of a long rectangular.
A longer rectangle, cool.
So I'm going to put it on the folded side down first, just to help seal it on a griddle pan. You could, of course, do this on a braai as well. And you're going to let that cook for about 2 to 3 minutes on each side. You can pop it up in the oven if you want, or you could take, like, you know, your braai bak.
Yeah.
Put it over, let it steam and bake, and then it will cook beautifully.
And I suppose because the dough is quite a thin layer, you don't have to cook it for too long. You're not going to get left with a...
Break one open so you can see that beautiful filling on the inside. So you'll see it's cooked through.
I suppose you could have a bit of fun with those fillings if you wanted to throw a few little things in there. But
exactly. You could throw your boerewors in there. You could throw a little bit of mince, like a kofta style, and yeah, anything you want, actually.
You are on your way. These look absolutely beautiful. Let's take you through a step-by-step on how we arrive at our beautiful end result here.
Made with love by Clover.
Clover cheese is for those who love life, where everything falls into place and melts away our cares. Clover, for the love of cheese.
Made with love by Clover. Only you can make my day. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. This is your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Happy Friday. Thanks for joining us at the start of a brand new day. It's always so good to be in your company. And we're talking about all the excitement of this weekend coming up, right?
So exciting. If you don't know yet about Global Citizen's latest campaign, Global Goal, Unite for Our Future, then where have you been?
Hey.
But don't you worry. We're going to fill you in on some of the awesome highlights you can see tomorrow. You can catch the concert right here on SABC3 tomorrow night from 9:30 p.m.
Yeah, really exciting stuff. Now, of course, Global Citizen is an international organization of change agents who've called upon us all to take action so that we can ensure everyone in this world, everyone, has equal access and equal and proportionate access to COVID-19 testing and treatments and vaccines when they are available.
The organization's multi-pronged approach features one major draw that always gets the attention of the masses, the involvement and advocacy of some of the world's biggest musical acts and entertainers. These notable people use their platforms and voices to encourage their fans and followers to participate in being the generation that makes a tangible difference.
Yeah, and it all culminates in a grand spectacle of a festival featuring these very people and with those who have helped Global Citizen achieve their goals along the way in attendance. Now, with worldwide coronavirus lockdowns still heavily impacting us, however, it is also, it's all gone to digital. And of course, the organization's second ever live stream special kicks off on Saturday. And man, oh man, is it going to be amazing.
Now, among many others, singer Shakira will be one of the electrifying performers we can see tomorrow. She has been involved with the Global Citizen since 2017 when the festival was held on the eve of the G20 Hamburg Summit. She is a known advocate for civil rights, working especially hard to fight for those in her native country of Colombia.
Absolutely, and also wanting to make her voice heard, Mexican actress Salma Hayek, who's also has history of supporting Global Citizen, making her debut back in 2016 at the New York Festival. Now, Hayek is no stranger to advocacy and humanitarian work, being an ambassador for UNICEF, which works in over 190 countries to reach the most disadvantaged children and adolescents.
Someone who is also making an appearance for both the concert and the preceding summit is American actor Ken Jeong. This marks his first time being involved as a campaign ambassador, but being a qualified medical doctor with his residency in internal medicine, we can't wait to hear him weigh in on the affairs.
Absolutely. He's offered us many, many years of entertainment, and now he's really putting his words where it really counts in a very, very important global movement. And of course, as the Expresso family, as the SABC3 family, we can't wait to be blown away by all of the awesome performances that'll be happening as a result of the Global Goal Unite for Our Future concert. And you can catch that tomorrow night right here on SABC3 from 9:30 p.m. Don't miss out. And of course, to sign up to be part of this change-making generation, as well as catch the summit stream, then you can head on over to globalcitizen.org/Global Goal Unite, and you can do that right now.
Ladies and gentlemen, please ensure your seatbelts are securely fastened and prepare for takeoff.
So Mango cares about business and is once again soaring our skies.
With so many businesses trying to gain momentum, recover and take flight once again, they have taken every precautionary measure to keep you safe, meet your travel needs and get you up and away.
What are you waiting for? Book now for affordable and reliable business and essential travel at www.flymango.com and enjoy free day change. Terms and of course conditions apply.
Go discover more. Go Mango.
So I'm chatting to Umalume Musa here. He's owned a small clothing factory for years now, and he's always inspired me with his success. But like a lot of businesses, this lockdown's hit him hard. So he spoke to his banker, and they've put together a tailor-made relief solution for him to help his business and his people get through this. Making your bank your business partner, that's a habit worth keeping.
Treat yourself and your skin this winter with Optimum Medical Aesthetics. A team of compassionate clinical professionals provide you with an honest face-to-face consultation, creating bespoke treatment plans catered to your individual needs. Whether it's a chemical peel, facial Botox, hairline restoration, or medical weight loss treatments, you'll leave feeling 100% reassured and confident from your very first appointment. Visit OptimumMedicalAesthetics.com now to book your consultation.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
You're still locked into your feel-good breakfast show, Expresso, right here on SABC3. It's a very awesome morning because we're still hanging out with actor and radio personality and Mzansi's favorite, Somizi this morning to talk about, you know, life after the wedding and what else we can expect from him for the rest of 2020. So Gaga, thank you so much for your patience and sticking around with us. We know you're a busy person.
How are you?
I'm good, and I know that you're also doing well.
Also, I want to drag you as well because we really couldn't help but notice that your Christmas tree is still up in your house. What's up with that? Is there any reason for this? Like, is Christmas coming early? Tell us all about it.
It's always Christmas in our home. It's always a wonderful time of the year in our home. We are givers, we get gifts, we give gifts any day is a special occasion. So that tree belongs there any day and every day of the year.
That's a fantastic concept, Chomi. That's a fantastic, imagine just getting random gifts during the year. That's how you live life. Earlier on, Somizi, you spoke briefly about your wedding. Maybe take us through life now, being newlyweds during the COVID-19 pandemic. Has it, you know, been a huge adjustment for both of you?
For us, it's been a blessing in disguise. In the beginning, it was scary, but it was not scary from work point of view. You know, as both of us are freelancers, he's an entrepreneur. He's got a company that depends on school matriculants thingy, matric dance company, whatever that he does, and schools are no longer there. So that was scary. Me having gigs, nothing less than like 5 gigs a weekend, to nothing, scary. But thank goodness for saving. And then in terms of our relationship, we actually enjoyed it because we got to spend more time together because we're always up and down. So it worked for the better for our relationship. And we found ways of giving each other space, but also coming together as well. And then now work is back to normal and without us even leaving home. So things have turned around. I'm busy now, back on radio, back on TV. All my shows that I've been doing are back. My reality show and the other one and the other one. And then I've got a new show coming. Also, it's done from my home. So it's been great. It's been amazing. This is my new normal and I'm loving it.
Listen, this is how you secure the bag in 2020. But listen, Somizi, what I've always wanted to know is, like, you're always cooking. We always see you make this extravaganza dishes. Can Mohala actually cook as well?
Like, he can cook, like, amazingly. His food is full of flavor. Sometimes a bit of salt, but it's full of flavor. He can cook. And I think he learns from me, but then he does it his own way. Because when he cooks, like, for instance, now he loves making a lot of casserole dishes, hearty, soul foods, and he's amazing.
I love that. And Wena, you're quite the prankster. Which prank has been the most successful that you've ever done, Kuye?
Well, when I called the car dealership, and I asked for a Vrpa, and they were like confused as to how, and they said, no, we don't have it. I said, no, you have it. You have it. I want it.
Do you by any chance have a Vrpa?
Sorry, do we have a?
Vrpa.
No.
You don't,
not that I know of.
You don't have a Vrpa? Yeah?
Are you looking for a vehicle?
Yes.
What kind of vehicle?
Vrpa.
All right, let me put you through to one of the salespeople. 1 moment, please. Thank you.
Okay.
Good, Charles speaking.
Hi, am I speaking to you?
You are speaking to Charles.
Charles, you're speaking to...
Yes.
Yes. I wanted to know, do you guys have a Vrpa?
And they're successful to a point that we are now talking partnership, you see?
Oh, wow. Look at you. We are taking down notes. It starts off as a joke, Jamie, but there's an underlying business practice in there.
Listen, we need a Bible also. We need a Somizi Bible, the how-to with Somizi.
The thing is, I always say to people, be specific with what you want and your dreams. Don't be dilly-dallying and say, I want a house. What kind of house do you want? I want a husband. What kind of husband do you want? I want a car. Be specific and say it with conviction and mean it. The universe responds to 100%, not 99%.
I want David Beckham, guys.
He's a married man.
Listen, Somizi, it was so amazing catching up with you this morning. We clearly can hear that 2020 is off to a great start, despite, you know, a lot of challenges along the way, but everything of the best. And again, we are rooting for you. All of us, we love you. Have an amazing day further.
Thank you, ladies. Love you too.
Ciao, ciao.
All right, lovely to catch up with Som Gaga. Thank you very much for making the time to chat to us. But we're back in the kitchen, and earlier on we learned how to cook the most perfect peppered fillet steak. And now Chef Clem is ready for another Steak 101 class using T-bone steak this time around. Now, T-bone is a great cut and includes a T-shaped bone, of course, that's why it's called a T-bone, with tender meat on each side. And it's even better cooked in ghee, which is what I'm learning today, that ghee is the ingredient you need to have in your fridge ready to cook any kind of meat, apparently.
And it lasts a very long time.
Oh, yeah?
I mean, it costs more than butter because we understand that butter is expensive in general.
Yeah, and the process to make it.
And then they cook it down.
Exactly.
But you don't use that much. It lasts such a long time.
All right.
Okay, cool.
Look, the end result is looking absolutely stunning. Nicole was as she was placing this and just kind of making it nice and presentable, said, I am so proud.
She's so proud. She actually said, like, as she put it down, she was like, guys. And it's a ceremonial thing, I believe. Like meat
Norman.
Yeah. Oh, okay. All right. So, do you like T-bones?
I like T-bone. I like T-bone.
Yeah, I say when you start cooking steak, if you want to learn how to cook a steak, start with the T-bone.
Yeah.
I'll tell you why. Okay, so you see again, you can see where the T-bone sits. It's that little red square over there.
Once again, that part of the cow, where it doesn't really do much.
Yes,
it's
exactly.
Nice and relaxed.
So it cuts through the fillet. So let's talk about this. It cuts through the fillet, right?
Okay, yeah.
So that T-bone, there it is. The T.
Yes.
Maybe see it better this side, you can see it better. There we go. There's that T-bone that runs down. So it cuts through the fillet, right? Okay. Which means the fillet's got to be there somewhere.
Yes.
This eye over here is pure fillet.
Oh,
okay. Then this part over here is all sirloin.
Oh, my goodness.
So if you're trying to learn how to cook steak, I say start with the T-bone, because you'll understand what meat tastes like, the difference between a sirloin and a fillet. You'll understand a bit of lean meat, a bit of fat meat. It's education. So start with a fillet, right? I mean, with your T-bone, sorry. Start with your
challenge.
There we go.
And it's quite a thick cut as well, my word.
But in saying that, because it is thick, it's like you'll cook it a little longer and you're not going to dry it out.
Okay.
But don't try and dry out your steak.
Yes.
Don't do that.
Nobody likes a dry steak.
Yeah, some people like a well-done steak, and to be honest with you, I don't judge.
Yeah?
If you like a well-done steak, and my dad likes a well-done steak, he just doesn't like seeing red on his plate.
Okay, yeah, fair enough.
So as long, however you like your steak, medium rare.
Have it that way, medium rare.
Yeah.
Okay. So what do we start with?
First thing first, we want to render some of this fat out, because it's fat. The fat is pure flavor. You want to get that out of your steak, so you can actually cook your steak in a bit of its own fat. Okay. So just score just a bit of that. You don't want to cut to the meat, just score in the fat, just like that. Okay. Beautiful, beautiful. Salt and pepper, always. Always, always, always. If you can do it ahead of time, even better. Be liberal with it. It's a thick piece of meat, like you said. Salt.
So while you're doing that, so the scoring of the fat, does that just kind of break it open a little bit, and once you start cooking, allows the fat to really just play around in the pan, dance around the meat?
For sure. Absolutely.
Really just infuse
that's exactly what that's about.
Okay,
so what you're going to do is you want to kind of get your steak sitting on the fat side. We're going to render that fat out like you just said right now.
Try and find that center of gravity. There we go. Because if you're doing like 5 of them, well, you need a massive pan, first of all, if you do like 5.
Yeah, exactly. I like cooking my steak in a small pan. Yeah. I like controlling the space that I'm cooking the steak in. Okay. Especially if I'm going to be adding like a lot of flavor, like the ghee, like the garlic. Okay. Okay.
Hey. Yo, you need...
Okay.
That was a lot.
That's what I was saying. So if you have a smaller pan, you need less ghee.
Yes.
Because I want to kind of bathe the steak in the ghee. Because I've got a bigger pan right now and I have to add more, okay? So smaller pan, less ghee.
Got a falling steak
I see. Let's check it out. Look at that.
Oh, that looks so good, man.
Because we scored it, like the fat's come out, it is sort of browning.
Oh, it's crisping already there.
I'm gonna pretend like this is golden brown.
Yeah.
Drop my steak down. Make sure that you get a nice bit of that ghee on your pan. Okay, here's another rule people don't understand. When you put your steak down, normally we leave it.
Yes.
But what you should actually do is make sure that all your steak has contact with that ghee. So you just do it 1 clockwise turn, and you leave it. Okay. Yeah?
So that makes sure that the entire steak has contact with the pan and has heat.
For
so
sure.
It cooks evenly. If you're going to be putting it down for like 30 seconds to a minute, then at least the entire surface is cooked for that.
That's exactly what it is. Okay. Make sure you don't switch your pan off like I did earlier. Pepper going on there. And now we're going to talk about the bathing technique, right?
Okay.
So what you do is you take a little more ghee. Again, like I said, yes, it looks like I'm using a lot. It looks like I'm using a lot because I'm using a big pan.
Okay.
That's purely it.
Okay, good.
Cool. Now what you want to do is you want to hit it with a little bit of rosemary. Things are going to start popping, which is fine.
So you're going to get the rosemary right there in the ghee?
Yeah, in the ghee. Garlic, you can smash it. Smashing garlic is kind of good because it helps releasing the flavors a little bit. Just perfect. You don't want to chop it. You don't want to burn your garlic. If you chop your garlic, remember you say garlic's a lot of sugar in there. If you're chopping it, you're making it fine, it's going to burn. But you keep
smaller surface area for it to burn.
Exactly. Keeping it chunky is going to stop it from burning. But like I said in life, always just keep it chunky. Keep it chunky. Keep it chunky. Okay, cool.
Good.
So now, let's pretend the steak has had about 1.5 minutes on the one side, right?
Okay, so that's what you want, 1.5 minutes.
You're only going to start bathing your steak once you turned it over, and now you're going to start bathing. So, what are you going to do?
Bathing technique now.
Bathing technique. tilt your pan.
Oh, I've seen this happen
You
before.
seen
Okay,
it?
okay, yes.
You seen it? Okay, so you're gonna tilt your pan slightly to get a little pool of ghee at the bottom. Remember that ghee's now been flavored with your garlic and your rosemary,
yes,
and the salt, and
the
that
pepper.
pepper. Yes?
Yeah, all of it.
Okay.
Now.
So there we start. Okay, cool. Pick up your little bit of ghee, and you just kind of bathe your steak. Look at that.
Oh, so it's actually. Oh, are you
Can you
seeing
see the
this?
sizzle?
So it's so hot that when you bathe it, it actually cooks it even more.
Even more.
And crisps it up even more because it's actually gone a bit more brown than it was before you started bathing it.
Exactly.
This is amazing. This is an education. Class is in session, ladies and gentlemen. Take your notes.
Take it out. So then what you're gonna do now, you can see that bone is browning, the meat's browning, that sizzle's happening. You're cooking your steak both sides at the same time. What that does is it seals in the moisture inside your steak. You're cooking it from the bottom, cooking it from the top. That moisture's not going anywhere. It's staying inside the steak. And the more you bathe it, the more garlic and rosemary flavor you're adding to your steak.
Yes, bathe it.
Bathe it. That's literally all you need to do. So what you're gonna do now is, right, just kind of feel if it's got a little bit of it, like a nice firm bounce, you're okay.
We're good.
Yeah, the thing is, the more you cook meat, the more tense it'll become. So if it starts off feeling super, super soft, by the time you feel it and it's got a little bit of a bounce back, you're okay, you're okay.
Okay.
Doesn't need to go to the oven. You're fine, it's okay.
Do you rest steak after it comes out of the pan?
I actually rest my steak in the pan, with a foil over it.
Okay.
So it doesn't dry out and it doesn't go cold. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And then, literally, look at this beautiful crust on that steak. Nicole's done so well today.
Wow.
Season it. Nicole! Nicole!
Yeah, she a queen. She a queen. Thank you
She's
very
trying
much.
to up that Lobola level. She's trying to get that extra money.
I don't know anything about what you're
She's telling me about this stuff. But guys, honestly, this weekend, if you're gonna make something, just make a steak.
And you know how.
The only mistake is a steak you're not making. Make this.
Oh, look at that. All right, check out the website, expressoshow.com. Get a load of that. Whew.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
All in the spirit of Youth Month, we are still celebrating young people doing amazing things across all fields. One such person is the gay superhero who is here to take the entertainment industry by storm. He goes by the name of Raymond Motadi, aka Monty, right?
He's a TV host, he's a YouTuber, he's a radio presenter. But recently we have had the opportunity to enjoy his storytelling in his recent short film, Feminine Lotus.
You know, I read in a book that water makes love to lotus flowers, and hence they bloom elegantly.
Lotus flowers, huh? I'm going to go.
Really? Well, you're looking at one now.
Welcome to the Expresso show, Monty. Good morning.
Hi, guys.
Very good to see you as well. But you are doing so well. Let's talk about this term, gay superhero. This is quite interesting. How did you come up with that?
You know what? Actually, how I came up with it, I wrote the whole phrase on a T-shirt once, and people were asking me about the T-shirt, saying, "Where did you get that T-shirt? Where did you get that T-shirt?" And how that came about was because people came towards me after I'd experienced a lot of things in my life that were quite traumatic, and I was looking for kind of a way to have a voice, and the gay superhero kind of came about, and I realized that when I was growing up, I didn't have superheroes that were gay that I could see that were visible enough. So I decided to call myself the gay superhero, especially considering the fact that I do have a media platform. I was a presenter. I was on SABC2 at the time, and so I wanted to use my voice to advocate for children that are out there.
Visibility and representation is truly important, and you've done such a thing as well with your queer TV short film, Feminine Lotus, which stars award-winning actors. It also debuted on SABC1 on the 10th of June. Congratulations to you. How was that moment for you?
That moment was actually quite amazing. I won't lie. I was really, really, really nervous. I was nervous because I felt the pressure of like, oh my God, are people gonna like it? I mean, especially because I'm talking about people that I really, really care about the most, and I cared about the body of work and the message that it represented, and I wanted to make sure that I did that in the most authentic way possible. So it was really I felt the pressure, but at the same time, I think when I got the positive feedback afterwards, I was quite happy about how everybody felt about the entire movie.
Well, for someone who hasn't seen the short film, what's the story all about and what inspired the storyline?
The story is basically about an insecure and depressed transgender girl who falls in love for the first time and is jolted by the idea of love and is trying to navigate the spaces. But at the same time, her very homophobic, transphobic sister is a person who is not approving of this new love that she has discovered and goes on a journey to go and expose her experience as a trans woman. So it's really quite a very dark and difficult story to go through, but I also felt that it was a very important story to tell because these are some of the realities that trans people are often faced with.
And you've entered this amazing short film in a film festival, or competition rather. How is that going? What competition exactly is it?
It's part of the NFVF Youth Writers Competition. This competition happens every year where the NFVF, the DTI, and the SABC1 kind of come together to give 10 young writers an opportunity to be able to kind of showcase their talent as writers. And it goes through the paces where they take you through different workshops where they prepare you to write a short film in the right format, and you get mentored. And after that whole experience, you get chosen as one of the 10, and you go further to get a certain amount to be able to produce the film. So right now, there's still other films that are playing and showcasing every Wednesday at 7:30, and my one was the opening one for the whole entire showcase.
Wow.
You're doing such great things, Monty. I mean, we've seen you broadcasting, we've heard you on the radio, we've seen you on SABC2's Cave Quest, we've seen you on Talent on Track on SABC3, of course. But the writing, is that something you've always done? Is this a new avenue that you're exploring? What's happening there?
You know, when I studied musical theater when I was in school, I graduated at TUT with musical theater, and I'd always wanted to be a producer. That has always been my love. And even when I was presenting on SABC3, I was kind of writing my own scripts. And this thing of script writing kept on calling me, and I was like, oh my God, am I involved in these things? And the more I got involved, the more I started engaging them, and the more I started figuring out that I'm actually kind of gifted in this thing. I should pursue it further. And when I pursued it further, that's when I kind of ventured into this thing. And I've always wanted to tell stories, and I think this is the beginning of a great career path. And as somebody who owns his production company that has a queer focus mandate, I think this is something that you can expect from me in the future as well.
Certainly content with a cause.
100%. Yes. But on that note about plans in the future, are you also working on any movies, perhaps, that we should look forward to seeing?
Yes, definitely. I'm currently working on a feature length at the moment, and I do have a bunch of projects that are coming up that hopefully will be announced very soon. And when that happens, I can't wait for everybody to get to experience them with me, because having to keep it as a secret has been like, but it's going to be exciting when everybody gets to see it.
Monty, man, you really are a true superhero, a gay superhero. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Continue to represent the LGBTQI community through the use of your platforms.
Thank you so much, Tubbs. I really appreciate that so much. And I just really want to say to a lot of young people out there that have dreams. I mean, I'm a kid from the rurals of Limpopo. I really just want to say to somebody who wants to dream big is like, don't ever stop dreaming. Believe in yourself and you will achieve your dreams. You really will. Don't stop.
Such a positive note to end that conversation. Good luck with all your future endeavors, Monty. And you heard it straight from him, the gay superhero himself. Do not stop dreaming. Go out there and attain all your heart's desires.
Oh, what an
awesome, man. Thank you so much,
absolute
guys.
Inspiration, Monty, is there, Graham?
Love that.
Now, after more inspiration, we're coming through with some more inspiration. And after being inspired by little Claire's donation on Wednesday, our crew challenge continues to gain momentum. And social media guru Jordan decided to take up the challenge with the help of her trusty steed, Miles. And she's showing us just how quickly and easily we can help. Check it out.
Miles.
Are you ready to donate? Hey?
Let's
go. All you have to do is use your SnapScan app.
What an incredible inspiration you are breathing into the world, man. Thank you.
More of that. You are thus
I'm going to be donating 100 Rand as well. Press play, Donna. Miles. Boy. If Miles can donate, you can too.
Oh, little Miles. I mean,
you've got no excuse. If a dog can do it, Graham.
If little Miles, if a Yorkie can do it, okay. Come on, all dogs should be doing it. Come on, and cats for that matter. Really touching to see how people just like gorgeous little Claire are going out of their way to help fill a bag during this Fill a Bag campaign. So far, Woolies has managed to raise, they are so close, 957,615 Rand. So close to that million, guys. Thanks to your collective effort as well. And this means that 1,544 bags have been donated, and that's 324,612 meals delivered. That is amazing. That's out of their 1 million meals goal. So getting closer and closer with every step, but we still need to do more. So our efforts clearly making a very big difference, a collective difference daily, and we continue to feed our nation just one meal at a time. A huge thank you to Jordan and little Miles for their very generous contribution.
Thank you.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
This is your feel-good breakfast show, Expresso on SABC3. Now, we all know that supporting local small businesses not only benefits the owner and their employees, but also allows small businesses to flourish and to grow, and has a massive ripple effect on our economy and the people working closely with these businesses. Now, Visa have recently launched a campaign called Where You Shop Matters, and all of this to support small businesses with various initiatives. And we are meeting some of these small business owners to chat to them about what it means to be a small business owner, how they dealing with the current challenges and how they're making sure that they grow and flourish. And we have Omatema from Plus Fab on the video call right now to chat to us about what it means to be a small business owner. Omatema, good morning to you.
Good morning, how are you doing?
Very, very well, thank you. Thanks for taking the time to chat.
No problem at all.
Oh, Omatema, you look fab already, but take us through it. What was the inspiration behind Plus Fab? And, why do you think this is so important?
Well, Plus Fab, it was born out of frustration. So I was struggling to get clothes that spoke to me. I thought everything that was in store said grandma, and I was young and amazing and fabulous. So I wanted clothes that are fabulous and young and hip and happening. So I then decided to come with the brand, and people loved it. And as they say, the rest is history. So life gave me lemons and I made lemonade.
And it tastes so good, so good. So talk to me about, in these troubling times, why would you say it is so important for us to shop local?
It's very important to shop local, whether in good times or in bad time. I always say shopping local is the ultimate patriotic act that you can do because you're actively saving jobs, sustaining those jobs, and making sure that money rotates around us and we can be able to deal with poverty in our country. We know the country that we live in, there are people that are very, very poor. And if we keep the money around us, they will be able to get something because we hire people in South Africa. So buy South Africa because it's by South Africa for South Africans.
Yes.
Love that. How has technology also impacted your business and how has it helped your shopper and their experience?
So technology has propelled my business and most small businesses to really great success. So for an example, if I'm sitting in Gauteng and there's a client that follow me on social media in Cape Town, they are able through technology to buy online and we can be able to courier to them. So they don't have to fly over to Gauteng to buy our product. So it makes it easier for people to get hold of our product and we don't necessarily rely on only walk-ins. So we rely on online visitors and physical visitors. So it sort of stretches your reach whilst just sitting at home.
Yeah. And I'm sure you could give us a bit more insight, into the manner in which you are accepting payments in digital forms and how that's made it easier for you to operate as a business, especially through collaborations with companies like Visa. How has it made it easier for you to operate your business?
It has been great because now people don't necessarily go around with a lot of cash, right?
Yeah.
So you don't want to lose a sale because somebody did not have cash in hand, but they have got a Visa card. So it's very important that, so Visa is also one of like the world's, safest payment. So when you've got that sign in your store, people kind of take you serious because they know that the payment method is safe and you don't have to lose sale because somebody did not have cash. So that card makes us keep rolling.
The levels are set. But how then can other small businesses like yours apply for support from Visa?
They can apply and they could get 15,000 rand worth of digital advertising. So they just need to go visit visa.co.za and voila, you could be getting yourself 15,000 worth of digital marketing. You need it. I know you need it. So go there.
Listen, there's no doubt about it. You are super inspirational. You're confident. You're fabulous in all kinds of ways. What would you say to other women out there who are looking at you and thinking, man, I would love to be like Omatema and start my own business?
First and foremost, you need to decide what is it that you want to do and why you want to do it, right? We're living in very uncertain times right now. So, I always say tough times never last, but tough businesses do. So it's at this time like that where the reason you are at the job that you're at, the reason you're in this business, it will show because if you survive, then it means you're meant to be there. So I always say entrepreneurs really, solve problems. They just make you pay for it. So find out what kind of problem are you solving because the success and the longevity of that business is going to solely rely on that. What problem are you solving? And do people want that problem solved?
Omatema, you are such an inspiration to all of us out there. Thank you so much for taking time and just preaching and bringing that confidence and that fabness to our studio this morning.
Thank you so much. And please, guys, stay at home. When you finish shooting, you must go back home. Stay safe. And I love you all.
Much love to you too. Now, if you've got a small business that needs a digital advertising boost, then Visa's here to lend a hand. So register at visa.co.za and get your name out there.
No matter who you are or what you're looking for, it all begins with a choice.
TGIF, TGIF. Thank goodness it's a Friday. Thank goodness it's a Friday.
So excited.
Ooh, we are ushering in the weekend, and the best part of any weekend is the chance to just unwind and relax, but most importantly, to get your self-care Sunday routine on lockdown. From meditation to indulgent masks, there's no better way than to say I love you to the skin that you are in. So to kick off your weekend plans, we have our fashion and beauty editor, Nox Mafu, here to give you the insider info to take your skincare pamper sessions to the next level.
Yes.
Oh, Nox.
It's important.
Truly important.
Honestly, it's so you know, we need to take care of ourselves. It's getting colder.
Yes.
You know, we need to look good.
100%.
So I'm just here to help you.
And Gil, when a Nox on Sundays, how does your Sunday session look like?
So for me, like, I really like to focus on kind of being inward. You know, wellness is so important. You know, you want your mind, you want your body and your thoughts to be together. So I tend to do a lot of meditation, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so like I'll sit and I really try to like be present in the moment. Yoga has actually really helped me with that. So I tend to meditate a lot, and journaling, which also sometimes feels a bit indulgent, where I'm like, I'm feeling so many things. But it really helps me just get in line with my thoughts, and then, you know, be able to give the best of myself in the week ahead.
Yes.
So, but I also love to do that in the bath, you see. So like relaxed out, chilling, that's where I love to do it. So bath time is my favorite.
You just mentioned bath time is your favorite. What else do you like to do when you are, you know, chilling in the warm bath with your bubbles just floating around?
And because it's a treat, you know, you can't bath all the time. You know? So I love to just make it extra special with products that make me feel good and luxurious. I mean, some of my favorite actually are some of these products here, which is a new product that I didn't know about from Belle Mason, which is actually available at Woolworths. It smells incredible, and it has essential oils that leave your skin feeling luxurious. It smells good, it feels good. So this is a great body wash to add to that program. So you've got your candles, you've got this body wash.
Of course.
Can you see what's going on here?
Nice.
You see that vibe?
I am
cute.
appreciating
But I
it.
also just, of course, love to add a mask, because you've got that kind of moist area happening in the bath. So the mask is very, very good for that. Now, I love to put this on after I've cleansed.
Okay.
So you put that, you know, around, avoid your eye area, obviously, but you put that around your skin, let it sit for about 10 minutes, and you put that on clean skin, obviously, and literally the best results for you. And you keep that on for about 10 minutes, and you can even put it on twice a week. Another reason to take care of yourself. But this is really, really a great, great addition to your bath time. It just makes me feel good. And of course, that moisture available in the, you know, the Lebain hand lotion, which is also good for your body. The essential oils, they just give that skin so much love.
They put everything together intact.
So
and one of
good.
my favorites when I'm not is definitely the serum. And I want to ask you for your tips and tricks for people, you know, to work on their skin, particularly during the winter season.
So of course, I'm sure you're also struggling with like dry skin during the winter seasons, right? And so the serum is such a win in this regard. I mean, I'm gonna give you this hydrating serum, which has got a vitamin B complex. It's amazing. The packed up like nutrients in this product are to die for. I'm gonna try help you. So I'm gonna put it from here.
Okay.
I'm just gonna do this. See, we're gonna have to. There we go.
Oh, there we go.
Now there it is, right? I want you in circular rotations to just put it on your skin there, and you see how it just goes into the body. I mean, I'm gonna do it with you. We can just add this bad boy over here. And just circular motions here are so good. So of course, when you're putting it on your skin, you can see how it's really just absorbing into the skin. You don't need a lot, which means the product can stay for quite a long time. And your skin will really, really take all those nutrients in. So if you're putting it on your face, an upward direction is really, really good. You want to also promote that collagen in there. So in an upward motion, and then you do those circles in there, and your skin will love you. So take your time, enjoy your self-care, but make sure you use those products to boost that experience.
And most importantly, just have fun with this. Not always. Thank you so much for joining us, Namhlanje, for always taking our style and also skincare routines to the next level. Now, if you would like to get your hands on those beautiful, amazing products, make sure to shop at Woolies in-store or on the Woolies app.
Thank you so much, ladies. Let's shift gears now for our 24-hour dipping challenge with Omar Rusks this week. We asked you to send us a photo of you sneaking a dip whilst working from home, and you guys have delivered.
Oh,
well done.
Oh, they have. We received so many great entries, and we love you guys for doing all of that and going all the way out. We've seen all your photos. We really have. But unfortunately, we can only pick 3 winners, right? So without any further ado, here they are. Drum roll, please.
Our first winner is Johan de Bruin. He sent us this very serious photo of him multitasking like an absolute boss, rusk in hand and paperwork in the other hand, and says when crunch time gets a whole new meaning. Johan, we love you, we love the caption, we love you for what you have done and put together in that beautiful little composition there. You've made it onto our leaderboard. Well done, sir.
Well done, well done. Our next winner is an actual Oma. It's Carol Ann Rutling! Yeah, Carol Ann Rutling says doing school work from home has never been so good. Because when Oma says take a break, we have an Oma. Carol, we love your style. We wish we had a teacher like you. And for that, you make it onto our leaderboard. Well done.
Congratulations. Then our third and final winner for this week is undoubtedly deserving of a spot on a wall of honor. Clayton Alfonso sent us this picture of him sneaking in a rusk whilst working at home, working hard. Please, can we take a closer look at the outfit there from... one half up at least. You look all business at the top, and at home it's the bottom. This if this isn't the definition of working from home, then I don't know what is. Well done, Clayton, for making it onto our wall. You champion.
Well, congratulations to our 3 winners this week. Crunch time, Johanna, Oma, Carol, and of course, panelist Clayton. You each win a coffee plunger and Oma Rusk's hamper worth 500 rand. Okay, so that's amazing. That's exciting. To everyone else who did enter, don't put your rusks away just yet, because there are more hours in a day and more chances for you to win in our 24-hour dipping challenge with Oma Rusks. Now, join us on Monday to find out how you can win.
With Oma Rusks, it's always dipping time. From the first thing in the morning right through to that midnight snack in bed. What is your favorite dipping time?
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. We're in the kitchen. We are almost done with a magical episode, and the Feel Good Friday vibes are in full force this morning, and it's all thanks to Be Well and their game-changing roast potato salad. Oh, I just love it indeed. Now, this is the perfect lunch or dinner as a side and a braai side, and it's equally as delicious, and it can be enjoyed on its own or crammed full of the flavor we know and love from Be Well, plus extra crunchy, twice cooked potatoes. So we've got a guaranteed winner for you to enjoy this weekend, and I'm joined by the illustrious Nicole Snelling. How are we doing this morning?
Good, and you?
We're almost into the weekend.
Yeah, I couldn't stop smiling as you're describing this potato salad because I'm like so excited.
Are you the kind of person that when it gets to a braai, like you don't even need the meat, you can just tuck into a full plate of potato salad?
Well, I'm a sides girl. So I love my meat, but only selected cuts, and like it's only like once or twice a week. So for me, it's more sides than meat always. Yeah.
Sides girl
I'm
in the
sides
kitchen,
girl.
right? Well, you're preparing us something delicious. Where do we begin?
Yes.
What's happening?
So like you mentioned, twice cooked. So twice cooked meaning we've got boiled potatoes. We've just taken baby potatoes. This is about 1 kilo. The recipe calls for 2 kilos. So you can really feed a lot of people with this. So if you are one of those people that like your salad the next day, this also works well. But this one is actually best warm.
Okay.
So what you do is we take our Be Well canola oil. You're just going to give it a beautiful drizzle. And what I like about this canola oil, I find it has a very buttery flavor, especially with the potatoes. It complements it very well. So I've got a bit of a thyme here. You can use fresh or dried. I like using the dried one for something like this. It just coats it beautifully.
I'm just imagining the oil and that twice cooked is just going to make it so mushy. It's going to be like a potato salad, I don't know, a potato salad smoothie.
Smoothie. Well, smooth in the mouth, yes, but we don't want it smooth in texture. So we're going to add a little bit of garlic. You want to use whole garlic because we're going to roast it.
Okay.
A little bit of pepper. So I added lots of salt. So what you want to do is just toss this all up. This is very chefy of me, but you can, of course, use a spoon. So once this is all tossed up, we're going to add it onto a baking tray. And what I do is you face them all down. This way, if you look at these potatoes, they've got a beautiful golden edge here. See if you can see this edge. So that is from cooking them facing
all face down.
downwards.
Adds that pizzazz and the art to these beautiful looking potatoes.
Exactly. So it's in the detail, right? It's always in the detail when it comes to cooking.
Especially when it comes to your sides.
Yes. Cool. So then, to dress these beautiful babies, we are going to use the olive oil canola mayo, which we're going to add into a bowl. I'm going to like empty this whole thing out.
Bring on the omegas. I know these things are packed with like omega-3 and 6s, which is absolutely perfect for anybody, whether you're active or not. It's going to help you with your blood pressure. It's going to help you with just assisting a healthy heart. So get it in your belly.
100%. You're right. I think it is endorsed by the Heart and Stroke Foundation as well.
Yes, correct indeed, Nicole. I like it. I like it. Yeah.
No math facts here. So we've got some minced red onion. You don't want your onion too chunky. I know there's a lot of people that like when they see this onion potato salad, it's because when they bite into it, it's quite overpowering.
And you've got a little bit of a crunch left if it's not cooked well enough.
Yes. So if you haven't checked out my knife skills test video, I show how to cut the onion. If you're not comfortable with that, use a grater and you'll get it super fine as well. So yeah, just do your practicing of your knife skills. We're going to add some lemon juice, lemon zest to just bring it out, all those beautiful flavors, some freshly chopped chives, some gherkins, also minced beautifully. I also added some capers in there.
Your mincing skills are on point, I must say, Nicole. And if you guys didn't hear that, you can check out the expressoshow.com, of course, to see some recipe inspiration and also some tips on how to get your cutting game on point, like you can see in this bowl right now. But it is smelling so good already, and we haven't even gotten like halfway yet. Wow.
Exactly. So this is now we're at the halfway point. So we're going to add in our beautiful potatoes that we've roasted up here. So you're just going to add that all in. You want to essentially, if you're going to make this for a braai or something, you are going to let your potatoes go in the oven, and just before you're ready to serve it, take them out, toss it, then hand it to the people, because you don't want this to sit too long and get too cold, because you want that beautiful crunchiness of the roast potatoes.
Hand it to the people? I think you mean hand it over to me, Nicole. Anyway, guys, I am bowing down before the humble potato. So for more inspiration and recipes, head over to bewellfoods.co.za to download your free immune-boosting cookbook. I know I'm going to love that one. So the recipes range is endless, and it's something to suit everybody's taste. So enjoy Friday and this incredible salad. Cheers, guys.
Visit bewellfoods.co.za to download your free immune-boosting cookbook today. Be well. Love. Food. Life.
All right, well, we're about to cap off this Friday edition of your Feel Good Breakfast Show with an Expresso Friday dance coming up very shortly. But, of course, a quick reminder that on Monday we have Gospel Mondays, and that means that Jared Ricketts will once again be joining us to uplift our spirits. And so we left it to you to vote on Facebook and on Twitter. And among the 3 songs that were put up for voting, these are the 2 that came out tops. Shout to the Lord, as you can see there, 52%, and In Moments Like These with 29%. So those are the 2 songs that Jared will be performing coming come Monday morning right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. And hey, before we say goodbye to you with a beautiful Friday dance, I want to take this special moment to say a very happy birthday to my son, Phoenix. Papa o go rata ka pelo ya gage yo yotlhe, Papa. Ke tla go bona mo nakong e sa fediseng pelo. But right now, hey, Greg, that's so cool. Oh, love you, boy. All right, see you later. Right now, time for the Expresso Friday dance.
Oh man, you can actually keep that music going. Yeah, it's time for our Friday dance. And of course, being Pride Month, we thought it's only fitting that we allow a very special friend of our show to kick it off. She is one of our most lauded and loved drag queens, Manila Von Teese. Her style, her energetic dance routines, her confidence have made her stand out from the rest, and she is going to officially kick off this week's Friday dance.
Why are you running? Why are you running?
I saw you breaking it down on the sidelines there.
Oh, man, I'm sorry that you were denied my facial expression through that whole experience, man. You guys were awesome. Thank you so much to all of the viewers that weighed in as well. Watch this space, watch our socials, because we're going to invite so many more of you to join virtually our Friday dance. But thank you to Manila. Thank you so much to everyone who's contributed. And another big, resounding round of applause, as it pains me to say this, to all of the Liverpool fans. You truly do never walk alone. But savor it. What A victory. Oh!
Yeah, it's a bit of a tough one to swallow. But of course, we're all excited for all of the sports coming up over the weekend. We'll bring you up to speed with the results come Monday. But have yourself a fantastic weekend. Stay safe out there. This is not the time to be relaxing. Keep yourselves and your families, your loved ones, everyone safe. Mask it up. Let's go. Breaking it down with a... Hey.
Expresso Show, made with love by Clover.
Another feel-good production.